Verse 1. He shall make you no idols, nor graven image, neither rear you up a standing image.
Right, so Islam is it's idolatry. 26:1. So Islam is idolatry. The Bible, we know this is the truth, right? The Bible didn't tell us to be Muslims or to follow Islam. And also the Quran just means to recitation. And you go in the Quran, it tells you that you got to read the Bible. So why would you follow a second-hand source when this is the first-hand source right here? This is the true source. Continue on that. We start on it.
Leviticus 26:1. Ye shall make you no idols.
You shall what?
Ye shall make you no idols.
What is Muhammad?
Ye shall make you no idols, nor graven image, neither rear you up a standing image, neither shall ye set up any image of stone in your land.
What?
Stone in your land.
That's what they do in Mecca. You know, they set up a stone, a copper stone. That's idolatry. The Lord didn't say walk around Mecca 7 times and pray to a dumb stone. You got that precept in the back of 2:19.
To bow down unto it.
So what?
To bow down unto it. For I am the Lord your God.
Right, and the Lord is not dealing with Ishmael. He only dealing with his people Israel. So you shouldn't be no goddamn Muslim. You got the history right here.
This is called the Black Holocaust for beginners, right? Purchase this book off of Amazon. It's called the Black Holocaust. Page 41. It's impossible to be certain, but according to our best estimates, at least 9.64 million African women and 4.75 million African men were sold in the Arab slave trade. Now, the reason we're bringing this out is because during slavery, any type of slavery, you get brought up under that nation's customs, right, and religions, right? For an example, with Arab slavery, what did they give us? What were we brought under? Islam, right? They taught us Islam, right? During the American slavery, they taught us Christianity, and that's not in the Bible. But they brought a new religion upon us. What happened during the Greek and Roman Empire? They brought us up under other, strange gods like Zeus and Hades, right? So during every captivity, we're always being introduced to a new religion.
Yeah, Barack, can you give me Isaiah 8:20? You can just hold it. You can read it.
It's the book of Exodus, chapter 20 and verse 3. Thou shalt have no other gods before me.
What the Lord said?
Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image.
And that's what they do in Islam. They making a graven image. And they having a God before the Most High, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, man. Oh, wait real quick. Just have patience real quick. We're breaking down Islam. Well, you an Israelite, brother.
It's right here. It's like this goes into the origin of Islam and Muhammad. How Muhammad was a weirdo and a freak. So I'm gonna start at this book of From Babylon to Timbuktu, right, by Rudolph R. Windsor.
You got to be a dummy to believe a religion that's a man that created that's illiterate, man. He's illiterate. He can't read or write. The hell is that?
It's page 48. Islam and Judaism. The Prophet Muhammad adopted many principles and laws from the Jewish religion. First of all, the basic idea of monotheism, which is the belief in one God. The Jewish confession of the unity of Yahweh is Shema Israel, Adoni Eloheinu, Adoni Echad. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one.
Right, in Islam, it's not even an ancient religion. It's AD. It was invented by the Catholic. It came through the Catholic church.
It's a knockoff of people, right? And it reads, furthermore, it reads this: the Mohammedan slogan is as follows: La ilaha illa Allah, Muhammad, Rasul Allah, there is no God but Allah, and Muhammad is the prophet of Allah. Muhammad adopted also the main details of the Jew calendar, the Day of Atonement, the Sabbath, much of the Bible, and narratives, the Midrash. and many points of the ritual law. And incidentally, the Jews pray 3 times a day facing the city of Jerusalem, and the Muslims, true believers, pray 5 times a day facing the city of Mecca. Trying his best, Muhammad sought to convert the Jews to his new religion, but to no avail, right? The Jews were adamant and resistant to change. The high esteem which the prophets held for the Jews were transformed to enmity. And instead of allies, he looked upon them as competitors. And this, you gotta check this out. Muhammad needed the confirmation of the influential Jews to validate his mission. As all upstarts need the backing of someone influential, Muhammad therefore turned against the Jews and became their tormentor.
Because if they didn't accept the Jews, you know, the so-called black man, which they call it today, or the Jews today, if they didn't conform to Islam, they would cut off hands, castrate you, you know, do all type of wickedness to you. It said that in the Quran too, that you should hate Christians and Jews. That's said in the Quran. So the Most High, he not dealing with Islam, you know. You got that precept. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, not Abraham, Isaac, and Ishmael. Yeah.
This is the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 18. I'm going to start up there. It says, what profit the graven image, that the maker thereof have graven it? The molten image, and a teacher of lies.
A teacher of what?
And a teacher of lies.
What's that, man?
A teacher of lies.
What's Islam?
And a teacher of lies. That the maker of his work trusteth therein, to make dumb idols.
To make what?
To make dumb idols.
What's the compass stone?
To make dumb idols.
It's a dumb idol. Why would you believe that that's your God? That created heaven and earth, a rock. When it's it's billions of rocks on the earth. So come on, man.
This verse 19. Woe unto him that said to the wood, awake.
What the Lord said?
Woe unto him that said to the wood, awake.
Destruction.
And to the dumb stone, arise, and it shall teach.
And what?
And it shall teach.
So that dumb stone, that dumb copper stone ain't gonna teach it. Nobody, man. That damn thing. It can't teach, man. What's our wild saying in the world that our people say? It's like talking to a brick wall. To some people. That's literally a brick wall, man. You can't talk to that goddamn idol, man.
Behold, it is laid over with gold and silver, and there is no breath at all in the midst of it.
Right, so the heathens, they love sinful things. They love seeing their God, seeing the image, you know, and overlaying it with gold and silver. When our Lord, our power, our rock, like I said, what's it, 1 Samuel 2:2? There's no rock like our God, because he created the heaven and earth, you know? You got that precept? We'll go back to Joel 3, start at verse 4.
This book of Joel, chapter 3, verse 4.
So we're gonna get the history of the so-called Arabics, Ishmael, you know, Arabians.
Yea, and what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon? O Tyre and Zidon.
You know, ancient Ishmaelite nations, Tyre and Zidon, and Africans too.
In all the coasts of Palestine.
And all the coast of Palestine, it goes twofold too. They go into Africans and they go into Ishmael. Because they teamed up with the Hamites, the so-called Africans, the Ishmaelites, and they sold us to the Grecians, to the so-called white man. And they enforced their religion on our people. Just like how the brother was saying, all the other nations, they always do that.
Will ye render me a recompense? And if ye recompense me swiftly and speedily, will I return your recompense upon your own head.
Right, so the Lord gonna recompense them, man, for what they did to our people, man.
Verse 5. Because ye have taken my silver and my gold.
What they do?
Because ye have taken my silver and my gold, and have carried into your temples my goodly pleasant things. The children also of Judah, and the children of Jerusalem have ye sold unto the Grecians.
Right, so they sold us to the white man. So they gotta pay for that, man. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. So all you Ishmaelites, all you Edomites, all you Hamites are going into slavery, man.
That's right.
The hell with y'all, man. You got a precept? You got a point?
This also from the book of Babylon and Timbuktu, Rudolph R. Windsor, right? Page 50, and it reads this. For he said, it's like it, Muhammad came to the conclusion that all means of persuasion had been exhausted. The period of patience was past. And he was now determined to propagate his religion by the sword. For he said, I, last of the prophets, am sent with a sword. The sword is the key to heaven and hell. All who draw it in the name of the faith will be rewarded. Muhammad became a martial prophet, and the pagans and stubborn Jews became his victims. In the year 627, the Battle of Fars occurred. The Jew tribes were defeated by the armies of Muhammad. 700 Jews were gathered in the marketplace and offered the alternative, the Quran or the sword. But the devout Jews were accustomed to martyrdom. They did not hesitate in their choice. Muhammad carried out his bestial threats, executed the Jews, and women were sold. Bring that out.
Said 13:11. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 9. If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity.
And we got two sources, right? Two top anthropologists stating that those Muhammad, and not only him, but the Ishmaelites, they sold us into captivity. Go on.
He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here's the patience and the faith of the saints.
And what did they do to us? They killed us with the sword, right? Now it's our turn to be patient. It's one, their time is coming, right? Now they about to be killed with the sword, right? And they got to go into slavery upon that.
So it's more than this too.
Joel 3:7. Behold, I will raise them out of the place where ye have sold them. I will return your recompense upon your own head. I will sell your sons and your daughters into the hand of the children of Judah.
Who?
Of Judah.
So the Most High, he gonna sell the Arabians, the Israelite tribes, to our people, man. You so-called Saudi Arabians, you Palestinians, y'all gonna go into slavery, man. Just like how y'all sold us, man.
And they shall sell them to the Sabaeans.
Right, they gonna sell them to our people, man. We gonna sell their sons and their daughters to our nation. We're gonna be trading them. It's gonna be an Ishmaelite slave trade. You know?
To a people far off. For the Lord has spoken it.
But who has spoken it?
For the Lord has spoken
For
it.
the Lord spoken. Thus said the Lord, not us. Yeah, we want it to happen, but the Lord said it.
Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles.
And we saying it today, that you Ishmaelites going into slavery, man, if y'all Ishmaelites.
Prepare war.
Prepare what?
Prepare war.
So war is coming to Israel and death and destruction. Get that precept. Because we're gonna see who the real prophets are, man. We're gonna see if Muhammad was a prophet. And you're gonna find out Muhammad was no goddamn prophet, man. He was a liar. He was a false prophet.
That's right.
Because who are the true prophets? We're gonna get it.
It's the book of Amos, chapter 2 and verse 11. And I raised up of your sons for prophets, and of your young men for Nazarites. Is it not even thus, O ye children of Israel?
No, Ishmael.
O ye children of Israel?
So the children of Israel, they're the true prophets, man. All the true prophets come from Israel. They're Israelites. Get Micah 1:7. We're gonna see what's gonna happen. What's the judgment upon Islam? And they hypocrites their own self, man. You see Ishmaelites, they come to Babylon the Great, they eating pork, they smoking. You don't even follow your own book, man. Right, you selling our people pork, you touching pork. You got them hypocrites. One of y'all got Micah 1:7?
This is the book of Micah, chapter 1 and verse 7. And all the graven images thereof.
And all the graven images thereof. The statue of false mother Mary, the copperstone. You know, all these graven images, we're gonna see what's gonna happen to them.
Shall be beaten to pieces.
Shall be what?
Shall be beaten to pieces.
What the Lord gonna do?
Shall be beaten to pieces.
They're gonna be beaten to pieces, man. Pebbles. That copperstone.
That's right.
It's gonna be pebbles.
And all the hires thereof shall be burnt with fire.
Shall be what?
Shall be burnt with fire.
With thermonuclear destruction, man. That's what's gonna come upon them idols, man. It's gonna be beaten to pieces.
And all the idols thereof will I lay desolate. For she gathered it of the hire of an harlot, and they shall return to the hire of an harlot.
Right, man. Because it's a hire of a harlot, man. That's spiritual fornication, like it's in Wisdom of Solomon. You got a precept? So Muhammad was a damn lie. It's a recitation. It's a false doctrine. It's not even an ancient religion. It's they language is formed off of Hebrew. It's all a copycat. And there's no benefit in it, man.
Stealing. Told you.
There's no benefit of it, man. So we're gonna get into the edification, man. Man, that's a quick cut. Y'all got a minute for the Bible? What's your nationality? See, our people don't got a minute, man. Give me Ezekiel 3:17.
Book of Ezekiel, chapter 3, verse 17.
And another point, if Muhammad was a prophet, what prophecy did he speak, man? What's the prophecy of Muhammad? You say he split the moon in half? Come on, man. Ain't no prophecy in the Quran, man. That shows you that it's not true. It's prophecy that's in the Bible that fulfilled 3,000 years ago. You can ask a Muslim what prophecy have fulfilled in the Quran, they can't tell you. They stuck. They confounded. Because it's not a true book, man.
Ezekiel 3:17. Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore hear the word at my mouth, and give them warning from me.
Right. So you so-called people, the people of our nation that want to be Muslims and follow Islam, y'all gonna get this warning, man. Either you repent or you gonna die.
When I say unto the wicked, thou shalt surely die.
So you gonna live.
Thou shalt surely die.
So you shall surely die if you keep following Muhammad and his false teaching, man.
And thou givest him not warning, nor speaks to warn the wicked from his wicked way, to save his life. The same wicked man shall die in his...
What's your nationality? Y'all interested? What's your nationality? You got a minute.
This is the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 13, verse 10. But miserable are they in dead things is their hope, who called them gods, which are the works of men's hands, gold and silver, to show our end in resemblance are of beast, and or a stone good for nothing.
A what?
Or a stone good for nothing.
What's the copper stone?
Or a stone good for nothing.
The hell with the copper stone is good for nothing, man. It's shit. It's dunghill. You got a question?
I got a question, man. It's more of a, I don't know. You ever heard of this name, Yakub?
Yakub?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's off, man. I heard about that.
So
Hey, he's underground.
Yeah, so that's really true. He was the mad scientist that created the white man, grafted them out of us.
No, that's not true.
So that's not true?
The Lord created the white man.
No, what I'm saying, he grafted another race from us.
That's not true. That's not in the Bible. Get Genesis 25 or 25. We're gonna show you where the white man come from.
Oh, no, what I'm saying. I'm just in the scriptures. I'm just saying, when I read about that, it's kind of confusing, but I know about Genesis 25.
Get Isaiah 8 and 20. We're gonna see what's true and what's not. Because it kind of swayed you. But guess what? We're gonna see.
It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 8 and verse 20. To the law and to the testimony.
To what?
To the law and to the testimony. If they speak not according to this word.
If they what?
If they speak not according to this word.
So if they speak not according to this word, we're gonna see.
It is because there is no light in them.
So what?
Because there is no light in them.
Right, so there's no light in that. That's darkness. That's a doctrine of men. That's not in the Bible. Because the Bible is the truth, man.
I know that. It was just, I don't know, it was just weird, man, because, okay, when I went on and read, I read Habakkuk. You read Habakkuk like 3 and 9, where it says the Lord is from Teman and the Holy One is from Mount Paran. Like, which God is they talking about?
Sometimes they say that, like, yes, Isaiah 63 and 1. Sometimes they say that because our people be scattered amongst, like, Egypt or those nations. But sometimes they say that because they coming from them, man. They coming for them, basically. So Yahweh, who the world calls Jesus Christ, he gonna come for Teman, man. He gonna come for him, man. And he gonna destroy them. And he can't wait for that. I'm gonna give him an example.
Isaiah 63 and 1. Who is this that cometh from Edom, with dyed garments from Bozrah? This that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength.
Right, so the Lord gonna be coming from Edom, man. And he gonna gather them together, he gonna destroy them, man. He gonna trade them in his anger.
Right. Okay, so,
But what's your nationality, brother?
I'm Israelite all day, man. Judah.
Oh, you Judah?
Yeah.
So what you supposed to be doing, brother?
I mean, Keeping the law.
So you got,
What
you know about fringes?
You talking about today? What I be doing today?
Yeah.
Oh, the Sabbath.
That's the Sabbath.
I'm not selling the buying.
You know this law? Numbers 15 and 38. Brothers get offended because we say you gotta keep this law, but maybe we didn't know you knew it or not.
Oh, no, I know the law. Yeah, I know the law.
This is the book of Numbers, chapter 15, verse 37. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and bid them that they make them fringes in the borders, and bid them that they make them fringes in the borders of their garments throughout their generations.
Right, so you see around all these brothers, they got on fringes. So that's a law too. You got to keep it so you won't go after your own heart. Because our heart is wicked, you know? Y'all sisters got a minute? Y'all Israelites.
Is it true that we only supposed to get the fringes on the garments instead of the shirts? Because like when everybody took off their
Well,
garments,
your shirt is a garment.
I mean, but you know, okay, when you take off your garment and what you got underneath it, you can't
That's a
have
garment too.
Okay, all right.
Your shirt, you look into it, what a shirt is,
Right.
in the ancient etymology, it's called a garment.
Okay.
You know?
Makes sense. Makes sense.
You can put it on your pants,
But you can wear
your anything, man. Just wear it, man. Every day. Not when you feel like it.
Yeah, that would feel like this.
You know, so you gotta keep these commandments and strive every day. Get Joshua 1:8. And you can't do your own pleasure on the Sabbath, so you can't be riding around the city and I'm gonna get into this action today. You know, you gotta keep the Sabbath day holy. But yeah, we all had to work on that when we first came in, but you gotta congregate. You gotta.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 22, verse 12. It reads, Thou shalt make thee fringes upon the four corners of thy vesture,
Vesture.
wherewith thou coverest thyself.
Right, so it can be on the shirt, it can be on the garment, as long as you keep it, man. That's striving for perfection, basically. Get Matthew 5 and 8, 48. It's like that. You got a precept? Shalom, brother.
Man, it's crazy, bro. Hey, check this out. I know the Most High said, "No man know the day and time." So why did Isaiah say? Okay. When you read Matthew, it said, "Learn this parable," because the fig tree represents the nation of Israel, right? When he said, "Learn this parable," he was talking about when Israel becomes a nation born in one day. It was born in one day in 1948, right? And he said when
That's when you come back. When you come back.
yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, so that's really true. When he talk about when you go to Psalms, I think it's Psalms 90:10. It says something about a generation, how old a generation is, and he said we got 80 years from 1948. That would be the day.
No, that's not true.
That's not true.
No.
I mean, so
1948 is
so
when
what was Isaiah talking about?
Hold up, 1948 is when the
Right.
fake Jews got placed in that land.
And that, fake one.
The fake Jews.
Became a state.
Yeah,
Became
that's
a
when it
state,
became a
you know?
state.
But that's what I'm talking about.
Get,
They became a
go ahead and
state.
say it one-
They
one
became
or
a
two.
state in one day.
Listen to
and
this.
I said,
But that's not prophecy.
it's not.
No.
Damn, that's confusing, man. So what was Isaiah talking about then? And when nation is
Listen to
born in
this,
one
brother.
day?
Listen to this.
This is the book of Hosea, chapter 1 and verse 10. And it says, Yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea.
Right, so we understand and see we scattered all over. But when the Lord come back, he gonna gather us. He gonna put us in our land. And that's when we gonna be officially back in our land, officially the people. And they gonna in the nations they gonna confess that we are the people of God. Everybody gonna know that.
Which cannot be measured nor numbered. And it shall come to pass that in that place where it was said unto them, Ye are not my people,
You are what?
ye are not my people.
Because in America they don't believe that we are the children of God. You know, you had a brother Deshaun Jackson. They trying to persecute that brother because he said we're the children of Israel. Well, that's in the Bible.
Hey, the same thing with Ice Cube. Ice Cube did the same thing a week before that.
Right, so they trying to condemn us, man, basically. But guess what? We're gonna see what the Lord says.
And it says, Ye are not my people. There it shall be said unto them, Ye are the sons of the living God.
You are the what?
Ye are the sons of the living God.
Of the living power, Prince of the power. Yashar Allah, man. No damn Israeli, the people of God, man. What salt do they got, man? Nothing, man. And we fit the curses, man. 1948.
I
Right, they
got-
didn't fulfill prophecy,
Hey,
man.
I got one for y'all, man. That's linking to the Isaiah. It's Isaiah 68 verse 66 verse 8. Oh, want me to read it? Oh, let me click on it. It said, who have heard of a such thing? Do have seen such thing? Shall the earth be made to bring forth into one day? That's a question. Got a question mark. Or shall a nation be born once? For soon as Zion traveled, she brought forth her children. It was talking about Israel, that 1948, because they was born in one day.
That's not true, man.
That's what it is.
Those are the fake Jews that was placed in that land, not the real
My
Jews.
bad, yeah.
Hey, brother, those were the fake Jews that was
Fake
placed.
Jews?
The fake Jews was placed in that land, not the real Jews.
forgot the one-
The
it's
real
one in
Jews was in
Revelation
slavery
too.
during the time. We still in slavery. We didn't get placed in our holy land yet. So that prophecy that didn't fulfill yet, brother. That's not talking about 1948.
It's not talking 1948.
No, brother.
Damn, man, that's a confusing ass verse, bro.
Why would you think it would be that'd be born in what'd you say 1948?
Because I know 1940, that's when they took Israel over again. He said in one day. In one day they took it over.
That's not true though. Because they're not the real Israelites. They don't fit the curse that's in the Bible.
No. I'm not saying that they're the real Israelites. I'm saying they was going to take it, like take the land.
And that's not according to prophecy. Well, we gotta go. You know the 7th day.
Yeah.
Get Isaiah 58. Get Nehemiah 10-31.
Oh, okay. That's just so true. I forgot about that.
58. You see, that's it. 58. Start at verse.
He said, okay.
Start at verse 13.
Consideration. He said you gotta learn to
Listen to this, brother.
Okay.
We listen to get some commandments for you.
It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 50, 59.
58.
58, 13. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 59, verse 13. In transgressing and lying against Yahweh and departing away from our God, speaking oppression and revolt. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 58, verse 13. If thou turn away thy foot from the Sabbath, from doing thy pleasure, from doing thy pleasure on my holy day, and call the Sabbath a delight, and the holy of Yahweh honorable, and shalt honor him, not doing thine own ways,
Not what?
not doing thine own ways.
Right. So on the Sabbath, we can't do our own ways. You know, this is a holy day. You got to keep it holy. Keep the Sabbath holy. So you can't go around the city, do what you want to do. You know, you got to congregate with the brothers. No buying and selling. No cooking food. No doing your own will. You know? And we just tell you that just in case you didn't know. So you can edify you and build you up. Because that's our mission.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 23, verse 3. 6 days shall work be done, but the 7th day is the Sabbath of rest and holy convocation. So a holy, if you go into that word holy convocation, that's going into how we're supposed to gather on the Sabbath day.
What if you got nobody to congregate with?
You got brothers right here.
Because I'm talking about like, I'm not even from
Well,
here.
you seek brothers.
I ain't from here. I came from Grand Rapids.
No, I'm just saying, I'm still trying to get people into the truth, but
Where you
everybody,
from?
you know, because most of my friends are Christians, you know, so.
Salaki, where you
Yeah,
from?
I'm from Toledo.
Toledo.
Yeah.
His brother's in Toledo.
Yeah, it is. They hard to find though, man.
You
gotta
got
do
to
is
sometimes
Yeah.
you can try to make the sacrifice, man.
I know I'm have to, man.
You know, for the Lord.
Absolutely.
Might have to come all the way up here.
45 minutes, man. I mean,
It's only one day out the week though.
one day out the week, might do that.
Or if you want to be zealous, 2 days, because we be here Friday and Saturday. But it got to be on the Sabbath day, because you know that's a commandment that we got to congregate. But get John 14 and 17. You got any more questions, brother? You got any more questions?
Not really, man. Yeah, nah, not really. I mean, nah, I don't. I study a lot of stuff on YouTube every day too, man. So Whatever
All
voice I
praises.
got, I'll probably look it up, but it's still an honor to be here with y'all, man.
So you know the name of the Most High? You know the name of the Most High?
Yeah, Yahweh Shah.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
His son name is Yahweh Shah.
Yahweh.
Which direction you got to pray towards?